talk to Shut Up.
We did talk to Shut Up already this morning, and he said it's like negative 27 in Alaska.
I don't care about Shut Up.
We don't have to worry about that here. He's bragging
Well, we
on
called and
LSU.
congratulated him.
LSU deserves
I
it.
didn't.
Good morning, everyone. It's 51 degrees outside, and that's about as good as it's going to be for today. Temperature will be dropping from there, but I'll tell you more about the weather in just a moment. All right, don't mess this up. Too late.
Good morning, I'm Jamie Cooper. This is Athens in the AM. As a matter of fact, I think we're into our 18th year.
Yes.
Joseph, is that right?
I just caught a good picture of you. Yeah, that's right.
Him and Reggie over there texting each other.
Oh, they're taking
Y'all
pictures.
just talk to each other.
Got a little technology, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, Houston and Boston just got caught cheating.
Zach, we don't care about
Yeah, we
football.
do.
Shut up. Keep
I'm a
good to have you
baseball
up here.
fan. Yeah,
Thank you for having me.
Good to have you up here. Dr. White's good to have you back up here, too.
Thank you.
Greg, you always here.
Thank you.
Let's do the weather before I forget it.
A rash.
That was a lead into weather.
Thank you. All right, 51 degrees out there. We don't have to worry about rain today, but 51 for your high today. I don't know why it's 52 out there now, but things are going to be cooling off quite a bit. This weekend we have that cold front moving in. Saturday we do have rain, so just keep an umbrella with you in the car because it's going to be a rainy day. But look at those temperatures. Next week, check out those lows.
Man, we need more rain. Man, let's get that
No,
water level
we
up. Lake
don't.
Ivan's
Yes, we
already
do.
lapping up on my back porch.
I don't want more rain.
Is that it?
Don't forget, 2hempgirls.com. Get all your
That's some
CBD
good
products.
stuff. Now, if y'all ain't tried that CBD oil yet, that's some good stuff. Good stuff. If you want the better stuff, you got to smoke it.
Chewing and smoking.
Keith, you up here now, we're going to talk about the Kitty Carnivals, the big changes coming up. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. How many volunteers y'all got for that besides Don Sheila Lauderdale?
I think the last count I had, we have 94 members now.
Is that enough?
It's never enough.
You know, you don't go out and recruit a lot of people.
We haven't really, I mean, we recruit, but I guess you could say we're kind of a little bit picky, I guess.
We'll talk about that in just a little bit. I just want to get you warmed up this morning. Greg, how are you?
I'm well. I'm here alive.
Nice socks.
I try to match, match my shirts.
Dr. White, what is your subject today since you've had a year layoff being up here with us?
It's seniors living without a savings account.
Know the feeling well?
Yeah, it's a problem.
I married my savings account. She'll have to call. All right, I'm going to give y'all one guess right now. USA Today, right here, right now. What is the lead story?
The Royals.
I'm about sick of hearing about that, Jason. I wish they'd move to Athens.
the Astros and the Red Sox.
No, Zach. No.
LSU cheating, handing out money.
Oh,
There's an impeachment going on.
Who cares? Who cares?
Impeachment, Reggie, that's probably what you're looking up right now, isn't it?
That's exactly what I'm looking up right
Because you're
now.
such a big Trump supporter.
leave it alone. Hey, Dusty
We
made
got a lot of
it.
stuff to talk about. Speaking of Trump support, he's in here now. We'll play Judge Jamie
I'm sick
coming
of
up a little bit
politics.
later on too this morning. Right now, though, let's go to All-Star Sports and Zack.
Welcome to ZTV 11 Sports, brought to you by All-Star Plumbers. For all your plumbing needs, go to All-Star Plumbers, and also Applebee's Tailgate Talk, 10 to 12 every Saturday morning on the big 1080 WKC. Hey, we'll have Curly Hallman on this Saturday. You heard that? You heard of that guy?
Who's he married to?
I don't know. You tell me.
Susan.
Irons, right?
No, he's married to Tammy Irons.
Tammy Irons.
Tammy Irons, that's
She used
right.
to be the state senator from over that way.
That's correct.
Super. Now, how you know her?
Super.
I worked in the Shoals area for a couple of years,
Your
so
daddy used to be the,
Mayor.
was it the mayor?
I think he was the mayor, and they're
Yeah.
kin to the Irons Electric Group, I think, from over in that area
Bobby
as well.
Irons.
Yeah, you know a whole lot about it.
That's all.
Didn't Curly get fired at LSU?
He did. He made the circle, and he ended up, I think he finished his coaching career at Muscle Shoals, if I remember.
Yeah, he did.
All right, let's go back to Zack, since
Yeah.
we got a guy that knows more about sports than he does.
Hey. So, hey, by the way, we'll have, if you out and about tonight, Greenbrier tonight, we'll have former Alabama quarterback Dusty, Richard Todd will be at Greenbrier tonight. So everybody get on out there and hear Richard Todd. I hear we might have an Auburn guy infiltrating tonight.
Johnny Lee Diesel.
We got to check his credentials tonight. We
Zack said
might.
they had to kick Johnny out early tonight because they'll talk some secret about
We'll have to talk some secrets. So Johnny Lee, we might have to kick you out of the room.
What?
John's going to have to leave before we start having a secret meeting.
We'll let him hear Richard talk, and then we'll have to might kick him out the door or something.
Y'all know something.
See, the secret info stuff.
They do
Johnny.
that, for real.
We know you're a preacher and everything, but we can't let you get it. But, hey, Joe, Ellis,
I got a question.
They can keep
This is what
secrets.
Dusty asked me the other day. He said, is Aflac paying Saban more than Alabama is for him to wear that jacket on?
everybody was asking, was that Aflac jacket? Hey, but was that not a great recruiting, too, for Alabama? Nick Saban, man, being there. But he hated sitting there seeing Lee Corso put that LSU. Was he just not very
I didn't
uncomfortable?
watch single frame. of
He was
TV.
very uncomfortable
I was
there.
watching Hallmark, Zack.
Well, Jamie, I am very worried about you.
That's a true
I
statement.
didn't watch ESPN.
I think you and Coach Pugh have become Netflix and
I love
Hallmark
Hallmark.
channels. I
You know,
don't know about
Clemson's
that.
got a problem with its mascot when you compare
Okay,
the
let's get
Tigers
back.
to the Auburn and
LSU and Joe Burrow has kept off the
Wait a
greatest.
minute, Zack.
Big eyes.
Yes. Supposing this has been called one of the greatest seasons ever. Dabo, the dynasty will not be started by, everybody was saying if Dabo and Clemson won, they would be the greatest dynasty ever now, and Dabo would take over Nick Saban. Not happening.
I bet this will be Saban's last year, don't you, Dusty, if he's not winning?
Ed Orgeron, it's already fallen apart for them. Joe Brady has left to go to Carolina. About 5 or 6 LSU players have already said they're going to NFL. And Odell Beckham Jr., what an idiot you are, handing out money. Joe Burrow said that was real cash passing out, so the NCAA is already investigating LSU for that. So what an idiot,
Will they be
OBJ.
stripped of their titles?
No, they won't, but they could.
You know he knows fine ball on a personal basis.
I do.
He's carrying his clothes.
Hey, Mississippi State, they have hired the pirate. That's going to be some interesting times in Starkville. Mike Leach is coming to Starkville, so hey, their old coach Joe Moorhead, he didn't stand up. He just got hired by Mario Cristobal to be the offense coordinator.
Zack, do you really think people care about all that?
Trash Pandas have hired their new manager, former Pittsburgh Pirate shortstop, Jay Bell, so he is the new manager there. Astros and Red Sox, I guess people have been hearing about that. All this cheating in baseball, they have fired their managers, so they're
Is it true
out
what
of here.
they did?
Yeah, absolutely.
cameras up
They
in
were
the
cameras in the thing, and they were relaying them through smartphones and their text phone, and they were hitting trash cans
Dusty,
to know
you
the
should do
signals.
the same thing, got Tanner.
They were doing the
When they was
same.
playing ball.
We used that technique in the church softball league, I think.
Hey, I've heard more about that church softball league, according to
And,
Dusty's son-in-law, Chuck. Little heated.
I played for Chuck.
And the big boxing match is getting ready to come up, and Tyson Fury is saying he's going to put an early knockout on Deontay Wilder. The Tuscaloosa's on. Don't see that happening, buddy.
No, sir.
Deontay is going to knock you out, brothers.
Zack, you know they ain't gonna mention the basketball game?
Hey, yeah. Alabama, Auburn come in Tuscaloosa thinking they were going to put a whooping on. Well, 83-64. Sorry, Keith, Joseph, and Brad, y'all Auburn fans. 83-64. Roll Tide, baby.
You can't win them all.
Yeah, I knew it's an excuse everywhere.
They act like they just beat Duke or something, right?
Yeah, y'all think y'all are basketball skills
Well, as close as they
That's a
get.
good one.
So 83-64.
What's the last time Alabama beat an undefeated team in Tuscaloosa?
It's
Never?
40
No,
years.
about 20 years ago. I was 2.
Shut up, Brad.
Okay, Brad.
Arkansas, back in the early 90s.
Okay.
Kansas.
All right, Jamie.
All right,
Back to
Zack, Zack.
Back to
You
you.
getting rusty, Zack.
Jamie, back to you.
That's what I like.
I told Brad he needed a microphone.
That's what we like to hear. We're going to talk about Kitty Carm in a minute. No more private parties.
No
Oh,
more
yeah,
private
hey,
parties.
I got one more. Hey, Najee Harris is coming back to the Crimson
That
Tide.
official?
It's official,
Official.
because I just said it,
Well,
Ro.
there ain't no need to play it next year. Alabama's going to win the national championship.
That's right. Every year.
Let's
We're
talk
winning
about
our
the boat.
18th national
We
championship.
got one photo.
Talk about the boat show. We
I
need a
just
bigger
love
boat.
that. Dusty, I bought that thing. I'm going to back it down and put it in Lake Ida probably after next week so it dries out some. I need something.
That was a nice boat.
I need something to get back and forth.
Hey, you know, you could make some money, Jamie. You could do boat rides at Lake Ida. Charge money for it.
Yeah,
Yes.
that, yeah.
Yes, yeah, that's good, Joe.
Reckon about how far that propeller goes down. Water ain't about 3 feet deep over there.
That would go
You can
anywhere.
have that little guy come and do his oldest thing on your boat.
We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll play Judge Jamie. We'll get Dusty to join us too in just a moment. Y'all hang on.
Serve some,
And now, coming out of the chute like a big stud that he is, it's time to play Judge Jamie. Back for the new year. Zeke is going to walk through the door, and I think he's in Las Vegas this morning for
He won't be walking in today.
convention. He might be here next week. So will David. He's moving. David is.
Oh, no.
That's
I
right.
didn't know his movie.
Starkey. Maybe we can get him from Mattress Streets Baptist down to Lindsay Lane Baptist. He moves a little closer. All right, Keith, you remember how to play? Wrong answer.
I do.
Right answer. I'm going to ask you a few questions here. Dusty, I know you know how to play.
Oh, yeah.
And Dr.
Yep.
White, I know you haven't forgotten. Well, we got a full house in here
Pro,
today.
yeah, we do.
Full house, don't we, Reggie?
Wait, look at there. Todd, we cut Todd out of the shot.
Todd
Todd.
White joining this morning. All right, here's the first question.
There he is. There he is.
What?
Who came in?
That's what you get for being late. They didn't have time to shop.
Oh,
What is the starting salary at Mazda Toyota?
50,000.
38
60,000.
an hour.
An hour.
Oh, an hour?
$18.
25.
Let you have Reggie, $17 an hour. They're taking applications now, by the way, too, on that record. Where does Alabama rank with women entrepreneurs out of 50 states?
35th.
49.
That's the right answer.
49.
Dead last.
Yeah.
Dead last.
Dead last. You study ranks Alabama dead last in the nation for female entrepreneurs.
We need to fix that.
I wonder
Manures.
I'm an entrepreneur. They're
in Huntsville
entrepreneurs.
last
Smell of success.
Buddy Robbie Parker, superintendent over at Madison City School Systems, is retired. He was
yes.
president forever.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. How many students go to the schools in Madison?
All of them.
10,000.
10,000.
20,000.
11,724. About that many go to Lindsay Lane Christian Academy.
Yeah.
By the way,
Hey, it's growing.
what's Tommy's average right now on basketball?
47, I believe.
Oh my goodness.
He's killing.
Man.
He's on
46,
fire.
47.
Only one man knows the answer to this next question. What is the newest thing at the Kitty Carnival?
Ooh.
That would not
Where's
be
our
a
kid?
birthday party.
How many years y'all do birthday parties?
Sir,
How many years y'all do birthday parties?
I think we've done birthday parties about 8 or 10 years, if I remember correctly.
All right, we're going to talk more about that. That's the reason Keith's up there this morning. He's over at the Lions Club to talk about the Kitty Carnival coming up in just a little bit. So what if I slipped you a few bucks and said, hey, I need a do my
Private
granddaughter's birthday party.
If you slip me a few bucks for that, I don't know, we might could.
See, I told you.
Well, he said Tony on live TV now.
Can't be ball, right?
Everything has a price.
Can I get the train too?
Which one, the trackless train or the little?
The little one, yeah, the tractor.
The trackless train is out of commission right now. It's being painted.
It's
so-
at Brad
Well,
Stovall's.
good.
The Brad Stovall, that's correct.
Yeah, I saw it down there the other day when I was there. They all painted it all up.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Who just won Alabama State's top sports broadcaster out of the state of Alabama?
J.D. Byers.
J.D. Byers.
Former
You know
48
that one?
guy.
No, I was pulling for Zack.
Oh, man, I appreciate that, buddy. I
You're
appreciate
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
that. Man,
He got the 6-man award.
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
I don't think I'll ever get that.
What is, right now, the national debt?
Too much.
Oh, God.
A lot.
7 trillion.
Trillions.
7 trillion.
24 trillion.
100 trillion.
What'd you say, Greg?
24.
That's going
I'll let
big.
you have $23 trillion. Wow. That was about half of the offering last week at Lindsay Lane Bank.
We were off.
Yeah.
We'll get back to more questions on that.
Oh, my
What is the
goodness.
number one place in the USA Today yesterday, and all you millions playing worldwide this morning,
Coach
too?
Lee.
What is the number one place for bed bugs in the United States?
Thatch.
Budget in.
What's the number?
City.
The
City.
Yeah.
Florence.
It's easy.
Florence.
Washington, D.C. And let me tell
Washington,
you,
D.C.
they got more bed bugs up there. They got a problem with.
Yeah, they do.
I'll throw you one, car man.
All right.
I'll throw you one, car man. How many new cars were purchased each of the last 5 years in an estimate?
Like the average or
Yeah, average.
For the country?
About how many?
180,000.
I'll say 17 million. All right. 8 in 10 new cars come with a loan. What is the average loan on a new vehicle?
6 years,
$42,000.
50,000.
800.
500.
32,000, actually.
Sounds about right.
The average monthly payment, except for Zack, is how much?
$600.
That close, 550.
Hey,
Unless, of course, you bought a new Lincoln.
No,
And then,
there's no truth to that.
oh, really? What is the newest bowl going on in Florida?
Newest bowl.
Bowl game that they're
Yeah, I read that other day. I can't remember.
They got
Anyway, they added
another
a
one?
new one.
the Python Bowl.
Python.
Because right now it's Python season. They're paying people, Todd. It might be you looking for a job. Way down there and grab one of those because they're eating them. Pythons can grow to 20 feet. And they don't bite you. They just choke you to death.
Todd can
And
handle
they'll
that.
swallow
That's
you.
Squeeze it to
comforting.
death. Yeah.
They're saying they're eating everything down there.
No doubt.
When Coach O won the national championship the other day, he and his wife went wild celebrating.
Waffle House. No,
What did they
no,
eat?
they didn't go to Waffle.
Go
Where did they
Tigers.
go?
Crayfish.
Crawdads.
Alligator.
King cake.
Twinkies.
Popeye's chicken.
Popeyes. That's-
Oh,
Or
Popeye's.
Freddie Leonard would say, Winnie's chicken down there. 'Cause
Down
that's one
in
of
New
Freddie's favorite
Orleans.
places.
Odell Beckham paid for it.
Yeah, he probably did. But I read this the other day, Jan, and only a smart person like Dusty might get the answer. A great person once said this. It makes so much. They were talking about people overstaying when they come and visit you. Dusty runs like a motel down his house.
Yeah.
No guest is so welcome in a friend's house that he will not become a nuisance after 3 days.
Who said that?
Who said that?
Mark Twain.
Martha Post.
Dear Abby.
Who?
Snoop Dogg.
Jamie.
Titus Marcius Platus wrote in about 13 A.D. He wrote that. Well, there he is.
I was
right there.
gonna
There's a
say
good
that.
picture.
Yeah, I know.
Titus. I remember that.
It's on the tip of our tongue.
Yeah.
I remember
I
old
almost said
Titus.
that.
Titus.
Beer.
Right up your alley, Mustang man.
All right.
Last week, 2 engineers working for the Corvette industry. What happened to them in Lexington? Bowling Green.
They were out doing a test drive on a Corvette, and they were doing like 150 miles an hour or something.
That's not the whole story.
Okay.
They left a bar in 2 new Corvettes today and were working. Did you see
Saw
that?
that.
And both were
Saw that.
speeding, doing 120 miles an hour,
Okay.
and got arrested for DUI. And I don't know that
Do you
they were actually
smile
got a
in my
DUI,
shop?
but they were drinking.
Nice ride.
They both got arrested in brand new cars they had just designed.
Yeah, that's an idiot.
All right. Most popular baby names for 2020 are back now. Out of old days, Dusty, you may get them.
Donald.
Lisa.
Rufus.
Harold.
Saber.
Not a girl.
Cletus.
Boy or girl, what are they?
Agnes.
Brad.
John.
Todd.
Catherine.
Joey. Joey.
Ruth,
Reggie.
Helen, John, Charles, George. All of those are coming back. Junior.
Dusty.
I got to give a shout out this morning to my buddy Junior Hill and his wife Carol.
That's
We
right.
aired that 1-hour interview with them the last 2 days. And it
Huh, I
was
wish
pretty
I'd
good.
seen that.
They were great.
All right. Diego, a 100-year-old tortoise, is going to finally be set free. What is he known for?
He's kept his species alive.
Get it on.
Beating Bugs Bunny.
He's a Wilt Chamberlain of tortoises.
He is responsible.
He's a what?
Will
Back when they got him, there were only 2 males and 12 females existed 50 years ago. Because of his studly powers, now he is responsible for almost 40% of the new. They got like 2,000 of them big turtles now.
You was right.
Yeah, but some of them have
2,000.
intellectual problems.
He was getting it on.
Oh, he must be a rabbit. Hey,
What's that?
He's an excited tortoise.
He's the man.
What did the New York bank robber shout after he robbed his 4th bank the other day?
Thank you.
I'm the man.
catch me if you can.
I'm rich.
Roll Tide.
You can't get me.
He said,
Yeah.
I can't believe, Gerald Woodbury, 42, they're still looking for him. I
Really?
can't believe they just let me out. They let him out after 4, because there's a new policy in New York City.
New York City.
Unless it's a
Well, there you go.
crime, if it's a crime, major crime, you get out with no bail.
Oh,
So as soon as he robbed the banks, he walked out. He said, I can't believe they let me out.
smart.
So he robbed his 5th bank.
He goes back and robs
That's New York.
Wow.
California's going the same direction.
Oh man.
50 years ago,
Get out of
Joseph,
jail
you'll
and you
know
go
this,
rob
Johnny
banks.
Cash came out with Folsom Prison Blues. It came out a
Yes.
year after they were actually there. Danny Vincent was in that movie, Walk the Line, that was filmed making, simulating the Johnny Cash deal. But I read the whole story on that. The drummer with Johnny Cash is still alive. He plays now, he's out of Jackson, Tennessee. He tells the story. What 2 groups played before Johnny Cash that day? He wasn't the only thing on there.
What year was it?
51 years ago when they actually did it. What difference does it make? You know
Jefferson Airplane.
Rolling Stones?
No, it was.
That would have been too big.
Oh,
No, they
man.
weren't
Merle
big.
Haggard.
Statler Brothers and Carl Perkins.
Carl.
Wow.
Sure did. And June Carter. Of course,
Yeah.
obviously she was there that day. Yeah, Fluke Holland is the drummer in Jackson, Tennessee. Since nobody really came out and really won this today, and all you people playing worldwide, I know what y'all playing. Paul Irons, good morning to you too.
Say hi to Jay in New York.
Jay in New York.
Yeah.
Well, he may know this one. Y'all remember watching Batman and Robin?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Holy cow, yes.
I used to have Batman bedspread when I was a
so you were an
kid.
expert at Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
Well, they just gave old Robin a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame for some reason. I don't know.
Yes, he deserved it.
it Burt?
Come on,
Really?
man. Boy wonder. Boy wonder,
They said
Jamie.
that. What? He deserved it?
Yeah, absolutely.
He's never said he never drank anything. And all been just a,
Good kid.
kind of forgotten. He kind of looks like Beaver to me. But what was one of the controversial things that they had to do in 1966 to 68 when the show first started with him?
Hide his package.
Hide what? Hide his package is the right answer, huh?
That is package.
Package.
Says here. He says, I was well endowed and they gave me some pills to make it shrink.
Wow.
I said, that didn't work. I
was
said,
in
well,
tights.
I might not ever be able to have, I'm talking here. Have a kidney transplant. So and they said, well, what did they do for Adam West, who died 2 years ago, Batman? Well, they put Turkish towels out in his pants to make him look endowed.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
my goodness.
Zach, what did you think about that?
I don't know.
Did you ever watch it, Zach?
Yeah, I watched.
Really?
I didn't.
Didn't know.
That's a true story.
I can't believe.
Zach, how endowed were you watching? Excuse me? What did you say?
Man, we're scarred forever. We're scarred forever now.
He wore that in high school.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Hey, Zach.
We love you, Zach.
We'll all be superheroes this year for Halloween.
I'm Robin. I'm Boy
He
Wonder.
wrote in the book, The History of Packages.
Oh my goodness.
Hey,
Hey,
don't,
Lord.
don't forget Greenbrier tonight, Richard Todd. Everybody, Bama fans, come on out.
How's your package, Zach?
No comment.
We'll take a break.
Oh, no.
Groupies. Bye.
It's good to be back in action.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, welcome back. Think so? Yeah, he can. He won't be quiet. 51 degrees out there this morning. It is as warm as it is going to get today. Temperatures will start dropping, and we do have a cold front on its way in. Lows are going to be feeling like wintertime, that's for sure. No rain today. Rain moves in on Saturday. 58 for that high, 29 for the low. Look at Sunday, 43 and 20 for the low. It'll be nice and warm in church. Lindsay Lane Baptist Church. We'll tell you more about that in just a moment. 35 for that high on Monday. Ugh, I don't want to leave the house. 19 for the low. Can you believe it? Limestone County Road closure today. Newby Road in District 2 will be be between Highway 72 and Gray Road near the entrance of Caldera Ridge subdivision. So, yes, yeah, it goes out every time it rains.
Yeah, Zack said, what time did that storm hit?
About 9.
West side.
I was already asleep, but a lot of people complain they couldn't watch the Alabama-Auburn, the Alabama beatdown of Auburn because the DirecTV kept coming out.
Yeah.
Switch over the cable. That way you can pick us up all the time.
Can't get it.
Right.
Exactly.
Well, you ought to get you an antenna.
Yeah.
Well, they can't hear
You
us.
need to get you one over there. All right. Keith, you're up here. Are you president of the Lions Club?
I am.
How long
Until this is, I'm in about a year and a half. I've got about 6 more months after the first week of the Kitty Carnival. That will be somebody else's responsibility. I don't say that like it's mean-spirited or it pays a whole lot, a whole big zero.
How long have you been involved with the Lions Club?
I've been involved with the Lions Club for probably about 5 or 6 years. I grew up a block from there, so if you want to count all those years, it's probably 46 years. But
you made some big changes this year.
We've made some big changes for us. We've been, like I said, we've been doing those birthday parties. I think it was 8 or 9 years now, and we just logistically. It had become very difficult to put the parties on, and we, just to give you a brief synopsis of what that is, we take, in February, the first week in February on a Saturday, we start taking names to fulfill the parties, and there's 40 parties. So you can imagine those first 40 parties get asked for in about a minute. And then we get like 400 or 500, behind that, and then we cut it off because there's no way to just, we could keep taking them all day long.
And then y'all charge them if you do charge them for the parties, right?
Yes, sir. We did charge for those parties. I think it was $300 for a 2-hour party that had 4 lines that come with that. So. And that became part of the issue we all work, or some of us do, work, and, so that kind of gets into the time. Right. And so we would have somebody get called in to work, or somebody got sick or whatever and had to fill in at last moment, and sometimes we couldn't do that. So, we felt like you paid for 4 people, and we couldn't provide that for you. So it just became an issue there. And we all unanimously decided that we wanted to nix the parties, and we were going to open a week earlier. And therefore, our whole main goal is to serve the community. Right. So by making the money that we make and putting it back into the community, it just made more sense to open a week earlier. So
I shot a couple of years ago when Mike let me in one morning, and we went through the whole thing over there, shooting video and stuff. It's been, 50-something years now?
And the last one I heard...
You went over there, weren't you?
No.
I want to say it was
Where did you go with that?
57 was the last.
I went to the fair.
Hoochie Coochie Show.
We hear from so many adults now that have their own children, and they're like, I went when I was a kid, and it's so special to be able to bring my child
I
there.
know
It
Dustin's
is.
probably taking his kids and grandkids over there a ton. What is the special thing that people remember most about this amazing kiddie carnival?
You know, I think it's the fact that you can take your, you know, if say you're a family of 4, you can take a family of 4 up there on any given night, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, for probably $20-25. Ride all the rides and get a little bit to eat as well, and just have a good, wholesome family night, and it doesn't break the bank.
About how many people are there on an average average night when you guys are open?
You know, I would say probably in and out all night long, over 1,000. We haven't. That was one of the things that I wanted to do was get a clicker and stand at the gate and try to see, because we really don't have, you know, a way to count those. But I'd say
all tickets are 50 cents, right?
All tickets are 50 cents. That has not changed for 20 years.
My goodness.
Now, what else does the Lions Club do? That's your biggest deal.
It is. It's our biggest fundraiser, and you know we're really known for eyesight. That's when everybody thinks of Lions Club, they think about eyesight. But there's an initiative from Lions International that we're going to get involved in, and we just started a partnership with Athens Limestone Hospital, where we're going to look at diabetes education and helping some people that can't afford the education. To be able to do that.
That's wonderful.
And so that is one. Childhood cancer is another. Hunger is another one. And the last one is the environment. So we're starting to get involved in those 5 service areas. And so, like I said, naturally, the money that we make, we want to be able to put back out into those 5 categories.
Is the Lions Club for old people to volunteer, or is it for younger people?
The Lions Club is for anybody that wants to. I'll tell you, this community, there's no way we could do what we do without other civic groups, church groups. We've got sorority girls that come out and help, football team. Everybody comes and helps us in the summertime. There is no way we could do that.
What is the one thing the Lions Club needs right now? What do you need?
Right now, I mean, we need to get some fresh new members. Some younger guys that can get out there and help us do that. Some younger ladies such as Gloria would be a nice addition.
I did tell Jamie this year you were going to be at the Kid Carnival.
I ain't volunteering for it at night.
Yes,
It is at
night. But now you don't have to get up the next day.
Then I start going to church on Wednesday night.
That's right.
That's right, man.
Doing other things. So y'all just need younger folks.
Volunteers.
We need volunteers. And
Donnie
we
Sheen's
need,
tried to get us involved forever, but he's over the ice. I know
And
that.
the
Right.
concessions are
Concessions.
great. It's not just come up, pick a thing up, potato chips and a drink. You really have some choices.
we do have some choices, and there's, like I said, there's a lot of people that put a lot of time in over the years and came up with the menus.
I'll make you a deal. We'll join up and help if I can start a Kiddie Carnival YouTube channel and go around live and interview everybody there.
No, that won't work.
That would be a board decision. I can't make that one by myself.
I just throw it out. Well, it'll be a good idea. You'd have a well-known person worldwide in there doing it who knows how to handle a microphone and a camera.
Right.
Interviewing people.
Do you have a drone too?
John David does.
Okay.
You can't fly them things at night.
Oh, you can't?
No. Church got one, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
We don't have one. Somebody does.
Anything y'all need from us, just let us know, man.
Well, we
volunteers.
appreciate
When
you
do y'all
letting us be
start
on
this
here.
year?
We're going to start this year on, I think it's the 18th,
What's our district?
June the 18th. It's that weekend. It's either June the 17th or 18th. I think it's the
But it's
18th.
7 weeks instead of 6.
It's going to be
What
7
about
weeks
open
instead of
hours?
6. The hours are still 6:30 to 9:30.
Okay.
That's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
How long do the volunteers have to be there?
Till 10 o'clock or 10:30 because
We
you have
usually
to clean
let
up.
them leave around 9:15 to 9:30, depending on how busy we
Oh,
are.
there. See, it's earlier than I thought.
And they go ride the swings for the finale, I guess.
they do?
Yeah, all the volunteers love to go ride the swings,
Yeah, there you go. I got him.
the big swings.
Let's do.
Hey.
What's happening in Lindsay Lane?
Well, we got Sanctity of Human Life Sunday coming up. This coming Sunday. We'll be observing that. And then next Wednesday night, we got Unity in the Community Service. We got all the churches that's coming together there at Lindsay Lane. I'm excited about that. Antoine Green, Bishop, Antoine Green's going to be speaking. He's a great speaker. I like him. I had a breakfast with him and John Duke yesterday. We kind of planned it out. But that's going to be a great service for our community. 6:30 at Lindsay Lane next Wednesday night. It's in honor of Martin Luther King Day on Monday. And so we've done that every year for the past 7 years.
Yeah, they're having a celebration at Sweet Home again this year, too. That's always an entertaining thing to go to.
Yeah.
Then the men's conference is coming up, and it's a little different this year.
Oh, yeah, it's going to really be exciting. Tony Evans and his son Jonathan are going to be speaking, and we're hosting that for our association, but it's geared toward men, and so it's kind of replacing our men's conference with Clemens and First Baptist, but it's going to be a great, better get a ticket for that early. $10 for tickets.
Only
What city
$10.
are you and Patsy moving off to celebrate retirement come April?
Think about San Diego.
They need you out in San Diego. You'd be one million homeless out there.
No, we're looking forward to April the 5th. We really are, and kind of bittersweet. But anyway, we're excited
They're still going
about
to be here. They're
change.
still going to Lindsay Lane.
Oh, yeah, still going to be hanging around.
I got to tell you, it's, and I was telling everybody, in the last 2 weeks, we've lost two good friends, Gloria and I personally, to cancer. You deal with it on a daily, weekly basis, funerals and stuff. I don't see
Yeah, it's hard part of what I do. Yeah, it really is. When you go into hospital beds and go into homes and people are suffering with cancer, it's a terrible, terrible disease. It really is. And so just pray that we have to find a cure for it. But
Is it harder on you when you're losing someone that you know and they're not saved?
oh yeah, it really is. That's devastating when you know that. You don't know they're saved or not. But anyway, it's just families have to deal with that. It's just hard for a family member to go through to watch their loved one just kind of deteriorate in a sense.
Speaking of what Gloria just asked you, I saw it this morning. We ran it for us morning, the Junior Hill interview.
Yeah.
And she put a great piece. She put it together, she and Brad, from when he spoke at First Baptist down there with Joel. And he said, in a survey said, most people, 95% of the people said they're going to heaven. And
Yeah.
he said, even though they ain't been saved, he said, why? He said, well, I was a pretty good person.
Right.
He said, I turned to my wife, Carol, and I said, well, honey, if that many people are going to heaven for that reason, he said, it might not be as good a place as I thought it was going to be. It was a good piece of it.
It was.
All right, I know you got to go. Keith, thanks for coming up.
Thanks for having me.
Get with me on that and let me see if I'm going to let her join up.
Okay.
And we'll
Let
take a
me.
break.
I already signed up.
Huh?
Let me. I already signed up.
You ain't signed up nothing
Oh,
yet.
yeah.
Is there a lot of negotiation?
From your side?
We'll take a break. Y'all hang on.
Okie dokie. Make sure I got this all right.
You're on, Reggie.
Do it, Reggie. Yeah. All right, there you go. All right, Dr. White. Joseph in here this morning. I know what you're going to talk about in just a second. Let's go.
Go ahead.
Dr. White, Jan, I
Make
gave
this
us-
one a wide.
Talked about the other day in this article today, too, talking about retirement. Old people, not old people, but just people my age.
Seniors.
Yeah, with seniors, and
What's
I
the deal?
appreciate, the title of the article was, "This is what life without retirement savings looks like," and it
The article
looks-
Brad's got up there now is the one that in USA Today we'll talk about in a minute. You're talking
Yeah.
about the other one. And what is it again?
Yeah, well, these are older people living without any safety net. So that not only do they not have a savings account, they don't have enough money for groceries, enough money for their medicines. They don't have enough, of course, for a Medicare supplement.
Yeah.
And so they're trying to survive without the safety net, and they're going back to work into service jobs.
Now, what age group
They
are you
have
talking
to.
about?
We're talking about 65 and over. So in this article you gave me, Jamie, it had all of these examples of people who are struggling to survive. And, like, for example, one lady was 85 years old, and she's back in the workforce.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's really a struggle. So to frame this, there are 50 million older adults, and about 14% are living in poverty in this manner. In Alabama, it's 17%. So
Wow.
these are people that you see around working in, they're dishwashers,
They're
working
working
in
'cause they have to, is that
they're
what you're
working
saying?
in
Exactly.
fast food, they're working in the service industries, and they are a lot of these people had savings and they lost them in the recession.
And we were talking to another lady that, or another couple that were helping their raising their grandkids,
Yes.
and they used up all their money.
Exactly.
Now they're having to go back to work.
Right. Yeah,
This
it's
is in
just
USA
sad.
Today Sports. It says 49% of people in their 40s will rely on Social Security,
Yeah.
compared with 72% of those in their 70s who do right now. So
Yeah.
are you telling me 72% of the people in their 70s in America rely totally on Social Security to get by?
I can't verify that figure, but it sounds reliable. And, your Social Security only really replaces 40% of what you earned, and you need 70% to
Well,
survive.
here's another thing. It says 81% are shifting their financial strategy to prepare, Reggie,
Okay.
for a longer lifespan.
Oh, yeah, well, we're living longer, too. And the majority of these people, older adults living in poverty, are women. Women live longer, and women have a fragmented work history. So the Social Security is lower, and they take it at 62 instead of waiting to 65 out of necessity.
Right.
So you will see more and more older adults becoming homeless and using food banks. Now, I worked with the homeless when I visited my son Sam, who's a priest. He put me to work on the food line at a park. These are people living in a park.
Wow.
I was shocked at how many were older adults.
Oh, I bet that was heartbreaking.
It was
Why don't we think
heartbreaking.
more about people struggling like that? Because we just don't think it happens around us.
They're all around us. These are people you see everywhere. And listen, people flag me down.
Wow.
During the week, as I'm out and about running errands, they flag me down. And one couple told me that they are going to a church now that provides boxes of food for older adults because they need it.
Wow.
Yeah, they're
And-
trying to survive.
If you happen to need some additional food, House of the Harvest,
Yeah.
they do $75 box of food. All you have to do is show up
on
say your
Saturday
first
morning.
name, and really they're not
Awesome.
gathering anything, and that's every
Right.
week, $75 box of food.
Yeah,
Wow.
there are resources
Saturdays
out there.
only, yes.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
there are.
unbelievable. I mean,
But still,
is
you think, I mean,
unbelievable.
that's still not going to cure anything,
No.
but it'll just, kind of help. But if you're getting $1,000 a month for your Social Security, that is not enough for you to live
No,
on.
and some of these examples in the article, for example, if you're getting $885 a month on Social Security and your rent is $1,000, do the
Or even
math.
if it was 400 or 500.
Yeah.
I've got a story for next time I want you to talk about. I
Okay.
just cut this out, and I'm going to mention it right now. And it was difficult for me. It said, why is caring for an old dog as difficult as caring for dying parents?
We know too well, don't we,
Yeah,
Jan?
I would love to cover that topic. Thank you,
But
Jane.
I mean, when you lose a pet,
Oh, yeah.
That you've had for a
I know,
long
it
time.
is.
But anyway. All right, Reggie, how do we work out this new year to live a longer life?
Well, personally, change your mind, change your body, change your circumstances. A lot of times people, we have a preconceived idea of what's good, what's bad, based on situations, circumstances that happen to us. The truth is, who's to say what's positive, who's to say what's negative? It just depends on your perspective. A lot of times, the challenges and the setbacks that we go through are just what we need to build the character to eventually grow us and mold us into who we're supposed to be. And a lot of times, those are the same tasks and trials that are going to give us the wisdom that we need to appreciate the perspective. So right now, get your mind right, get your
I
body
talked to a
right.
friend of mine yesterday. He's in the late 50s. Old doctor told him he needs to lose 80 pounds because his blood, his sugar was getting high, and he's starting to walk.
Right.
But as I was talking to him, he smoked 2 cigarettes.
Okay.
But how do people? And I said, you
That's
got to start
tough.
one at a time. He said, I'm having to drink a lot of water, and I said, well, that's the first step.
Walking is good, though.
Give up
That's a
sun
good
drop.
start. Yeah.
4 or 5 of them a day.
Just like any goal you have in life, a quick question: how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So you may have a large goal, 80 pounds, but break it down into small, achievable goals. I want to lose 1 pound this week. I want to drink 4 bottles of water today. I want to walk around the neighborhood twice this day. When you start achieving smaller goals, then it's going to boost your confidence. It's going to give you a sense of can-do and stick-to-itness that's going to propel you to doing bigger and better things in your life. But you should have smaller goals that you're succeeding in, and that'll eventually lead up to your ultimate, your goal, your big goal.
A hotline, a Reggie hotline, where somebody starts faltering, they could call you.
And you know what? I'm there. I'm available. sometimes we need drill sergeants, and sometimes we need cheerleaders. I'm a little bit of both.
Sarge.
All right, you going to talk about a Mustang today?
Yeah, you want to hear about it?
What-
Thank you for that article. That article actually had some stuff in it, a couple of tidbits that I didn't know about. But the record was set last week, the Bullet Mustang from the movie Bullet, that Steve McQueen. This is the car, unrestored.
That you took a picture with.
Authentic, that I not only interviewed the former owner, but took my picture with the car, talked to him about it, really got some inside information.
What makes it special besides in the movie?
Well, think about it. It checks all the boxes. It was
You paid
driven in
$3,500 for it.
It was in a movie. It was Steve McQueen. It was a Mustang. It was a fastback. It was unrestored, so it was like a barn find. It checks all the boxes. I actually had predicted it to be closer to $5 million, but so now here's the story. There's mystery revolving around who bought it.
Yeah,
You know,
that hasn't been announced yet.
I get it that when somebody pays the big money, they try to.
I heard Dan Wattell bought it.
The auctioneers and the company. That's not a bad choice. You know, they try to keep the privacy of who the new owner is.
Eddie Pruitt.
But I've heard some rumors. You mean to give some
Yeah,
breaking
Yeah,
news?
give us the rumors.
I have a couple of inside sources.
Who are they?
Breaking news is that Frank Meekum, that it's the son. Dana Meekum owns the auction, and his son Frank works for him. He was the one on the headset. So the rumor is that Frank bought it. Well, if Frank bought it, why all the secrecy? Why did you pretend you were on the headset talking to somebody? Just come out and tell everybody, hey, I bought it.
That mean they don't have to pay commission?
It's not illegal.
You know what?
Well, I don't
Commission
know.
was like $300,000.
That's a good
Yeah, that's
point.
fair.
So, but here's what I'm also hearing. I'm hearing whoever did buy it is going to keep it visible, you know, in the United States, where you can still see it either in a museum or part of some, you know, appearances occasionally.
Now that's
what
the
I
Mustang
hope.
that was garage kept for 40
Yeah,
years.
40 years.
40 years, yeah. It was held as a secret. 2 years ago, he's been on a whirlwind tour, you know, showing it to the world. When we talked to him, he said he was just worn out. He said, you know, it's been, I think he told me that last year he spent 180 days away from home.
With that car?
With the car, making appearances, taking it
You
to
love
Vegas.
this
My
taking it.
goodness. Oh, Joseph would probably eat it
yeah,
up.
yeah, I would. I mean, and then at the end of the day, he probably took that $3 million and split it between his mom and his sister. You know, he said, we own the farm is sentimental
I'll
to
take
us.
$1.5 million right now for a vintage Hummer.
Yeah,
I drove that thing
I
yesterday,
guess
ran
so.
all around.
What about
I
your
love the
vintage Jeep
Hummer.
out there? You want to sell it?
Yeah, I forgot
That might be
about
a collector's item one day.
I forgot I forgot about that.
But anyway, it'll be fun to see who ends up being the
Good to
owner.
have y'all back in the new year here. Reggie, anything else doing exciting?
I want you guys to stay encouraged, stay motivated. It's the beginning of the year, and a lot of people have fallen off the bandwagon and fell short of their goals and resolutions. Don't worry. You got a lot of time.
How do you stay up so much? Because you got to get depressed too.
Well, I'm human, but I understand where my power comes from. I understand what my source is. And I understand there's always people out there that are in a worse situation, so I'm thankful. And that propels me to spread
Yeah,
it.
that's it.
Yeah.
And I've seen some of those plates that he eats. So he does eat good too, but
Yeah.
he works
Good.
hard.
I eat great.
Works
He
it all.
works hard.
No doubt about it. I enjoy the finer things. I love fried
Yeah, well, good
catfish.
to have y'all back in action this morning. If y'all need us for anything, countryrover@gmail.com. Soon we'll be out hitting the road, Country Rover at a full time.
Good.
Going to start my own Country Rover Facebook. She is, huh?
Just not on Kitty Carnival night.
She is.
Yeah.
Well, Mike, I ain't signed up for that yet. Sheila and Don honored that.
We're working on them, aren't we?
Yes,
It's hard
sir.
for me to stay up past 7 o'clock.
You'll be more popular than Fastback Saloon.
You still doing that?
Yeah,
Yes.
started back last week.
Absolutely.
Tune in.
All right, good to be back with y'all in 2020. We'll see y'all next week. Gotta go. Bye.
Bye.
You think I could even go